just had a coffee an hour ago, so I'm on tea this morning, keeping me warm because, well, it's very cold. This last week, it has definitely felt like winter. It's crazy. This morning, I woke up at 5:30 and the sun didn't rise till 7:30. What? And then, honestly, I kind of had a nap again from like 8 to 9 o'clock, and yeah, now we're here. This morning, I was just watching a YouTube video on someone's summer shoe pickups, and I wanted to kind of make my own video of that. I feel like that's a very YouTube thing, and it's kind of fun. Very classic YouTube. Let's talk about it. Okay, let's talk about some shoes. My first pair of shoes is from Mombel, and this is like a trekking shoe used for hiking. It's Gore-Tex lined, and yeah, this is an overall very nice and functional shoe. I've done those 20,000 step days in the cities with these. I've done hikes with them, and they've kind of lasted through everything. They're still looking okay, a little bit beat up, but I wanted to get a replacement, and they actually updated the model. It doesn't really look like this anymore. The new one, it's more sleek and sporty. I kind of like this rugged mountain boot look. It's got a very nice grey look to the shoe. I like the laces, how it comes all the way down to the toe here, which is a very like hiking type of look, and you probably see that in another pair of shoes that I'm going to show in a second. By the way, this is the only pair of shoes that I brought to Japan for 3 months, and it lasted me that long, so yeah, versatile. While I was in Japan though, I have to say I was really craving some leather shoes. I feel like leather shoes in general really top off your outfit and just gives you an elevated look, and I didn't have that for my whole trip, so I was kind of craving something the whole time. My good friend Peace, he actually solved this problem for me and gifted me this pair of Dr. Martens. I've never seen this model before. Honestly, it looks a little bit like a Frankenstein of different types of shoes. You have like a monk strap here, you have like a tassel from a loafer here, and then you have like a weave from, I don't know, some other shoe. Overall, very solid shoe, that's for sure. It's a little bit heavy. It's a Dr. Martens, so you know that the comfort is there once you break them in. But I didn't really have an issue breaking them in. They just kind of fit. I was wearing this around in Tokyo towards the end of my trip when it was getting a little bit hotter, living my city boy life, having coffees, going out to the city, etc, etc. Yeah, it's a good vibe. Now, as soon as I came home, I was super happy to have my full collection of shoes again, and these are the 2 pairs of shoes that I probably wear the most these days. Now, these big boots, they're from the brand Dana, and these, I believe they're the Mountain Light model. Of course, I did a little bit of a lace swap with this brown lace just to give a little bit of pop. But overall, the shape of this boot, it's absolutely so classic. I love the steel eyelets, and yeah, it's got a very rugged, hardcore, I go hiking kind of vibe. Vibram sole, leather upper, steel eyelets, like, hello? Because these shoes are chunkier than my other ones, I feel this suits my wider silhouette jeans and just the overall larger fit, which are very important. Now, for a more sleek look, I've been rocking these. This is the Doc Martens Derbies 1461 Mono. I think these right here are a great staple shoe for anybody that is wanting to get leather shoes. They're quite affordable compared to other leather derbies. The quality is decent. It's not like amazing, I'm not gonna lie. I think the look is there. They get comfortable as you break them in. And yeah, if I want to elevate any look, I can just chuck these on without even thinking, and they suit every single pair of pants that I own. So this is definitely a good choice. Now, maybe you guys can relate, but I wanted to upgrade my Doc Martens for the longest time because, well, I've had them for a while, and I thought something a little bit higher quality I could invest into, and I could enjoy just wearing them and owning it. So I did a little bit of research, and I came across a brand called Pennon. Now, this brand is based in Korea. It's run by 2 guys. It's quite a young brand, I want to say. They're taking these classic silhouettes for shoes and changing them a little bit to give a bit more of a unique appearance. We actually got in contact over Instagram. They said they'd send something over to me, so I actually ended up picking a pair of boots. I know it's not derbies, but these boots looked absolutely fire, and here they are, right here. I'm not gonna lie, I opened this yesterday because I couldn't wait, but the packaging was so beautiful. Here are the boots. These boots, they're so beautiful. The upper, it's all genuine leather. The toe box, it's got a really nice round shape, which is one of the reasons why I picked it. They've got this detail of a silver zipper on the side, which is very smooth. And then on the insole, they have an Ortholite insole with a Vibram bottom sole. Compared to my Danas, these are very slim and chic, and they just for a different occasion, I think. Something a little bit more formal, semi-formal, but I can definitely like wear these casually as well. So I think a versatile boot like this is going to be really good for my collection. Now I was devastated because unfortunately these shoes, they're one size too small. I can squeeze in them, but honestly it's a little bit too tight for me. I just know that they're not the right size. If I take out the insole, it fits, but then I'm essentially just walking without extra comfort, which is not nice. So I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna do an exchange, size this up, so I can actually enjoy my shoe and wear them, because the worst thing you can do is have shoes that don't fit, because you'll literally never wear them. It's such a shame. What do you guys think about my selection for the winter rotation with the shoes? Whole lot of black leather shoes, I know, but this is how it is in winter. You don't really want to think about your socks getting wet. You just want good quality shoes, nice silhouette. I think black leather shoes is the way. Shooting this kind of stuff. Client work is always a little bit different from the usual stuff that I'm doing, just like with vlogging. It's a little bit more serious because you're working for someone in exchange for money, of course. So yeah, it's a nice refreshing feeling, shooting, brainstorming, and then just editing these videos because I treat them differently from the usual vlogs I do. I get a lot of questions regarding how do you stay consistent, how do you not burn out. I think the key is to do a lot of different things, have variety in your workflow, the types of things that you're doing. I know this is all video work, editing at the end of the day, but it's good to switch it up and yeah, do the different things. Oh, it's raining outside. Anyway, back to it. Guys, it's still raining quite a bit since last night. Thunderstorm was crazy. Just been spending the morning here working at home, and I had a few questions regarding like my desk setup and everything, so I thought it'd be fun to talk about that. So yeah, let's talk about it. Firstly, this desk setup is a pretty affordable one. These tables, they're from IKEA. I think the total for 2 desks with the legs and everything was like less than $200. Which, to be honest, it's pretty good. The table, they're nothing special, but on top of it, we've put these desk mats. These are from, I don't know, some Amazon brand. This is an A1 size cutting mat. I think the cutting mat was actually more expensive than the desk itself, so. The benefit of having these slim desks is I'm working in a not so big area, so having a slimmer desk without too much depth is actually a good thing. I used to use a standing desk, but they're honestly just a little bit too bulky and big, so this is a pretty good option. And I think the low height of this also kind of gives the room a bigger feeling, so it's always a positive. So my computer right now, this is the M4 Apple MacBook Pro Max. something. I got this the other week, it's been brilliant, and you might not notice it, but it's actually underneath the table right now. I've got it hooked up to a little cage, and having that connected to my studio display right here allows me to have a more minimal look to the desk without having my actual laptop kind of sitting here. To accompany this, I've been keeping this like white and stainless steel theme going on. I think it looks pretty cool. So my peripherals, I've got this Apple keyboard. This is nothing special. I used to have like a mechanical keyboard, but I just like the look of this one. It's very slim and it feels like a laptop keys, which I actually prefer. I don't know about you guys. I've been using this. This is the Logitech MX Master 3 mouse. I got this like a few years back, and honestly, it's just been the best mouse ever. I tried using the Apple trackpad and I really like the idea of this, but honestly, I didn't end up using it too much, and I always preferred the mouse. I felt like my hands were getting cramped a little bit with this, so now this kind of just sits on my desk and it doesn't really serve any purpose, so yeah. This is the Bose Quiet Comfort Ultra. They're very comfortable and they're ultra quiet, so it lives up to its name. I actually like this one because I think it suits my head a little bit, and the silver details on the side looks pretty cool. To display the headphones on the table, I've actually got this stand from Craig Hill. It's not silver, but it's this nice black, pretty heavy, and it looks really nice. I have a little catch tray here. I've got little random things here. I've got hand cream, I've got a Swiss Army knife, my AirPods, and some incense. This little tray is from Muji. It was like $10–15. Keeps my desk a little bit more organized. So yesterday, shooting with the Bunshinen team, I shot about 150 gigs worth of footage. This is pretty normal. I typically shoot anywhere between 100 and 200 gigs per day. Now, when it comes to organizing that footage, I've just been like, you know, hard drive city over here. I've been pretty methodical with my organization, dating and naming each hard drive, but it does have its limits. For instance, when I was traveling overseas, I didn't have access to my hard drives, and therefore we couldn't use footage that I had previously shot. Now, I've been wanting to upgrade to a network attached storage system for a while. You may know this as a NAS system. I got in contact with a brand called Synology. This is not sponsored, but they decided to gift me a NAS system of theirs, and yeah, I've been using it for a little while and it's been awesome. I want to share my opinions. These NAS systems, to put it simply, they're essentially mini computers that you can attach to your network at home, and then you can access these files online, and the benefit is you can expand them with more hard drives as you go. When you're creating a video, adding depth to your story by finding clips from previous shoots, wherever that may have been, I think is really beneficial to your overall story. And especially if you're able to access these files without having the physical hard drives on you, I think it's going to be a game changer. I haven't traveled since getting this, but I know it's going to come in clutch in the future. Now, while traveling in Japan, I actually had that nightmare experience where one of my hard drives actually corrupted and I lost a lot of files. I tried recovering my files. I got like maybe 20% back, but I lost the majority of stuff. Thankfully, it wasn't anything that was super important. All my client stuff had finished by that point, so I had what I needed, but it was definitely a very sad moment. And this is when I first initially thought, okay, I need to actually make the investment into one of these NAS systems, and yeah, this was perfect timing, and I'm very glad that I got it now. The unit that I have, it can have 4 hard drives in total, and the data that you put into it is shared between all 4 of them. And I'm going to set my system up so one of the hard drives is going to be used as a redundancy drive, I think that's what it's called. So if one of the drives collapses, then the data will be safe across the other 3. The other benefit that I'm really enjoying is that I'm not having these hard drives stacked connected to my studio display while I'm working. Now they're in the other room, they're connected to my router, and it's just like a more clean experience where the data's over there, my computer's over here, and I'm not having hard drives sprayed everywhere with cables and stuff, so it's very good. Now, if you watched one of my previous videos where I talked about content creation gear, then you may have noticed that I'm pulling out the good old microphone again. This is the Shure MV7. It's a silver color, which I thought was really cool, and it kind of matches the desk setup. And I've just propped it onto this microphone stand because I have a boom arm, but it's a bit too big and clunky for this desk setup. So rather, just have it on the stand, pop it here, and I just talk into it like this. I've always liked the look and the quality out of these microphones. I feel like when you're in an open space that isn't super soundproofed, one of these condenser microphones is a really good way to capture that like deepness, the richness in your voice. And yeah, this has been pretty awesome. This is my current take on a minimal desk setup. What do you guys think?